Hello everybody, Root Beer here once again. We're going to start taking a look at the 2013 grade 11 level Hypatia contest in the next few videos. So for those of you joining us maybe for the first time, the Hypatia is the written level contest. So it's not filling in bubbles, it's not multiple choice, it's a written style question. So we do need to write our answers, and we will. And this is for it's grade 11 level, if you're just joining us for the very first time. Alright, so let's take a look at question number 1 in this video. At the JK Mall grand opening, some lucky shoppers are able to participate in a money giveaway. A large box has been filled with many $5, $10, $20, and $50 bills. The lucky shopper reaches into the box and is allowed to pull out one handful of bills. Alright, A part. Brad pulls out at least 2 bills of each type, and his total sum of money is $175. What is the total number of bills that Rad pulled out? Alright, now the way they're phrasing this suggests to me that there's only going to be one answer. So likely what's going to happen is that he'll pull out 2 of each of these bills and then probably a single $5 bill left. How do I know that? Well, if he pulled out 2 $5 bills, he could have easily just pulled out a $10 bill. Or if he pulled out $15 in addition to 2 types of each bill. There are many different ways to do that, but we know there's a definite number of total bills. So I'm suspecting that we'll have at least $5 exactly left over. But let's check. So how are we going to do this question? Well, he pulls out 2 bills of each type, so that accounts for a certain amount of $175. Let's figure out exactly how much. So we have $5, we have $10, $20, and $50. Two of each type. Totals 2 times, well, we have 2 $5 bills, we have 2 $10 bills, 2 $20 bills, and 2 $50 bills. So we can perform that calculation with a handy calculator. So 2 times 85, which is $170. Alright, we know he gets a total of $175, and the condition that 2 of each type of bill is pulled out accounts for $170. So in total, other than the 2 types of each bill, which is accounted for, how many other bills does he pull out? Well, there's a difference. We know he gets $175, and the condition at the start of the problem gives us $170, so that's $5 left over. So to get this, the $5 that's left over, Rad must have pulled an extra $5 bill. The question's asking us how many in total number of bills are pulled out. We have 4 from over here. There are 4 different types, and 2 of each of these bills is pulled out, so that's 2 times 4, and then 1 additional 5. Okay, so that's A part. B. Sandy pulls out exactly 5 bills, and notices she has at least one bill of each type. What are the possible sums of money that Sandy could have? Okay. So she pulls out 5 bills and she gets 1 of each type. Well, there are 4 different types of bills, so she has one $5 bill, one $10 bill, one $20 bill, and one $50 bill, and she has 1 other bill of one type. So she could have picked out an extra $5 bill, an extra $10 bill, an extra $20 bill, and an extra $50 bill. So she picked an extra $5 bill, then she could have had $90. If she picked an extra $10 bill, she would have $95. If she picked an extra $20 bill, that would be $105. And if she picked an additional $50 bill, and in addition to the $85 already accounted for by knowing that there's 1 bill of each type, that gives us $135. So she could have $90, $95, $105, or $135. So those are the different types of amounts she could have. And we were asked specifically what are the possible sums of money that Sandy could have. Okay. C part of question 1 is the last part of question 1. Lino pulls out 6 or fewer bills, and his total sum of money is $160. There are exactly 4 possibilities for the number of each type of bill that Lino could have. Determine these 4 possibilities. Okay. So 6 or fewer bills, and his total sum of money is going to be $160. Alright. So how would we want to approach this? Well, $160 is a lot. And we only have $5, $10, $20, and $50 to work with. So if there are no $50 bills, at best he's pulling 20s, and that would require 8 $20 bills. So I think we can rule out that there are no $50 bills. See, 160 is a very large amount, and 50 is the largest amount we have to work with, so it makes sense to ask, okay, how many 50s could he have? Could he do this with no 50s? Could he do it with 150? In what ways can he do it with 150? Could he do it with 2 $50 bills? And so on. So, we start to write this idea up. Alright, you can have 0, 1, 2, or 3 $50 bills. He can't have 4, otherwise he'd already have $200, and that would be more than the 160 we know he pulled out. So we have 4 different cases. That's very easy to manage. Let's consider them. So if he has 0 $50 bills, then he has to make up $160 in $20 bills at best. He could use 10s or 5s or a combination of 20s, 10s, and 5s, but it's going to take more bills than just these $20 bills alone. But we know he has at most 6. I think the question said 6 or fewer bills. And if he has 8 bills at least, then we have a problem. So he can't ever have 0 $50 bills. Okay. So now, if he has one $50 bill, well, then he needs to make 160 minus 50, which is 110. So he needs to make $110 using 5 or less of the other types of bills. But at best, this is 5 20s and one $10 bill. And that's at least 6 bills. So he needs 6 other bills, but he's only allowed to use 5 or fewer other bills. That's not allowed, so he can't do this with 0 $50 bills or 1 $50 bills. How about if he does it with 2 $50 bills? So let's suppose Minnow has 2 $50 bills. So then he gets $60 in 4 or fewer other bills. 2 $50 bills, that's $100. He has a total of 160, so that means $60 are unaccounted for, and he has 2 out of the 6 or fewer bills, so $60 needs to be made in 4 or fewer bills. Well, we can write $60 as 3 times 20, or we can write it as 2 times 20 plus 2 times 10. You can check the other possibilities, sure. You'll find that none of them work. So what I did is I said, okay, well, 60 is 3 times 20, so we know 3 $20 bills will work. Well, what happens if we didn't just use 20s? Maybe we used a 10 in there. We can break off a 20 and turn it into 2 10s. So 1 less 20 is 2 20s, and then we get 2 10s. If we wanted another one, we could say, well, what if we got some 5s in there? We could split off one of these 10s, and we get 2 5s, and we'd have 2 20s, 1 10, and 2 5s. That's 5 bills, that's too many. What if we split off another 20 or something like that? Split a 20 into 5s, or split a 20 into 10s again. And you'll notice that no matter what we do, we'll always have more than 4 bills. So our last case is Lino has 3 $50 bills. And that means that he has $10, so 160 minus 3 times 50 is $10. $10 in 3 bills or less. Well, we can't use any 20s here, but we can have one $10 bill, or we could split that up into 2 $5 bills. Okay? And these are going to be the only cases. I mean, this is pretty quick that you can see that 1 10 and 2 5s are the only way to make $10 in this situation. So we're pretty quickly finished here. And you'll notice we have 1, 2, and 3, 4 different ways to do it. Well, what does the question tell us? There are exactly 4 possibilities. So that for the number of each type of bill that Lino could have, determine these 4 possibilities is what we're asked. So we're gonna say, well, he'll have 0 5s, 0 10s, 3 20s, and 2 50s, for example. And now we just need to write it up because it is a written question. So we're going to write this. We're going to say he has A5s, B10s, C20s, we're going to have A, B, C, D. It could be equal to 0, 0, 3, 2. We could have 0, 2, 2, 2. And here we double check that the first case had 5 bills, the next case had 6. Then in this last case, we can have 0, 1, 0, 3. That's 4 bills. And finally, 2, 0, 0. 5 bills in total there, and those are our 4 cases. So that concludes question number 1. It's a nice little question involving different types of bills. I liked it. I thought it was a good start to the 2013 paper. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and as I said, if you are new to the series, feel free to give a like if you're liking the Hypatia so far, and hopefully you guys have tried these questions for yourself. That's always very important. And if you haven't, well, try question number 2 before the next video, and I'll see you then.